Yo, what's going on, ladies and gents? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today we were once again back on Fortnite Battle Royale, and I wanted to talk to you guys about this whole debacle that we've got going on in the community around the Brute or the Mech, whatever you want to call it. And what I think it's doing to the game. So as most of you guys have probably seen, the community is outraged over this Brute, the Mech, how it is ruining the game. It is very annoying. Obviously, it is the giant robot that you can jump into, run around, basically be invincible, do a lot of damage, move around the map pretty quickly, jump out and still have full health. And a lot of people have been really upset that they've actually stopped playing the game. I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed there are players that are going into matches and self-destructing the Brutes just so they can't be used. However, when there's 3 that spawn every time a new circle comes in, it is very challenging to keep up with that. So I wanted to give you guys my opinion and what I think that should be done to solve this problem and to help make the community happy again, and something that could actually potentially save their game. So here's the problem with Fortnite and Epic in the last several months. They keep introducing new things into the game, but they refuse to put it into a limited time mode, which is what that is there for. Limited time modes are in the game to test new stuff. I don't quite understand why they keep incorporating all these new things that are like game changing. Like the Mech obviously is completely game changing. Why they keep putting it into actual Fortnite, the regular modes? That doesn't make any sense to me. And I think that eventually, if they keep this up, they're gonna end up ruining their game. If you guys look at the past several months, they keep introducing these new things into standard Fortnite, and players get mad, they protest, they leave the game. And what you see is a lot of people leave the game, and then when they get vaulted, only some people return. You don't see all those players that left come back. And if they keep doing this, obviously right now with the Brute, a lot of people are leaving. And by the time that they get this thing vaulted, I feel like a lot of those people probably aren't even going to come back. They're going to go find other games. They're going to go find other things to do that are more interesting. And by the time this thing gets vaulted, they're not going to want to come back. They're already going to be moved on. And they're already annoyed with Epic. And again, if Epic continues to do this with Fortnite, eventually players are just going to keep leaving. You know, players are going to eventually just keep leaving. Less are going to come back, and they're just going to push their entire community away. So I don't quite understand why they don't keep throwing these things into a limited time mode. I mean, you think about it, you're not going to push players away if you do have a limited time mode with the Mech or with something new that could come in the future. If they would have just put the Brute or the Mech into a limited time mode, players could go in, play with it, and enjoy it. And when they hate it, or if they hate it for right off the cuff, then they could just jump right back into standard Fortnite and not have any issues whatsoever. But if they're playing standard Fortnite and they don't like this, and trust me, most of the community does not like this, there's no really other route to go. They're just going to dip and find another game to play. So I feel like Epic probably should have noticed that by now, that when something goes into the game and it's only fun for a few days, then it definitely should have a limited time mode. That's kind of hence the name limited time mode. It's fun for a few days, then you switch it up, you get something new. So if it works out in the limited time mode and people are playing that consistently, and you see more people playing that mode than you see playing standard Fortnite, then maybe then you can incorporate it into the game. But it just doesn't make any sense to keep throwing these game-changing items into standard Fortnite, because players are just going to keep leaving and getting annoyed. So that's what I think should be done. I think that it should be put into a limited time mode. I don't think that it should necessarily be, destroyed completely. I don't think it should just be vaulted completely. At this point, it probably should be, but I don't see a problem with them creating a limited time mode for it, because obviously if they do that, then players that like it aren't going to be upset. They're just going to go play the limited time mode, and players that are upset are just going to be able to play standard Fortnite again. So throw it into a limited time mode for a few days, few weeks, whatever. Vault it, I don't care. Get it out of standard Fortnite. It's so dumb. It's not fun anymore. It was fun for like a day, and now it's just ruining the game. People don't want to play, and you're losing your community. So highly recommend that Epic get rid of it. Obviously, I'm a very small voice, so I don't have much say in anything. But I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you keep grinding with the protesting and you figure it out, then I'm sure they'll eventually get this thing vaulted or switched over to a limited time mode. But we'll see what happens here soon. I'm sure something is going to be done about it. Obviously, if you guys saw, they did nerf it. I believe they took down the health, they took down the hit points, and we'll see what happens. They obviously put that rift, that random rift or whatever you want to call it, the junk rift that'll It's supposed to be a counter for it. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It was a cool idea, but I feel like they're just reaching now. To come up with a counter and to say that you want players that aren't good to win, you want to give them a chance. Like give them the chance by getting better at the game, by playing it more. You don't have to put something in the game that anyone can just jump in and it can be overpowered. I think that's pretty stupid. But anyway, guys, that's my 2 cents. That's my thoughts on this whole issue. I want to know what you guys think. Do any of you guys even like the mech? Would you like to see it in a limited time mode? Would you like to see it gone forever, never come back again? Let me know down in the comment section below. You guys can also reach me on Twitter, Instagram at DylanFro. Links to all my social media are down in the description. As a matter of fact, guys, I'm probably going to make a funny skit in the game about this whole issue. I think you guys will probably want to see that. It's going to be really, really funny. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But anyway, guys, like I said, that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next video. Can we be friends?